Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for the weekend of September 6th, 7th, and 8th, 2013. I am astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. It's time to say goodbye to Woodbridge Lake. That's right, that is Woodbridge Lake. There's a big wood bridge over there on the horizon, and I did a lot of horoscopes. I don't know how many I did here, but I think I did, I don't know. You know, it might be interesting to go back and look. I probably did a good 100 or more, maybe 150 here on the lake. So I thank you guys for channeling this information with me. This lake channeled some really good horoscopes. I hope that you guys feel the same way. And I do make my move tomorrow, so I will be doing the horoscopes now in new shoot locations. So I'm still looking for some cool spots, and some people have recommended some stuff in Hollywood and in the surrounding areas. We'll see where it all takes us. Now, we're gonna see where this weekend takes us. You know, we have Mercury finishing in Virgo this weekend, so there's a lot to process over the weekend, but we have Mars squaring Saturn. Bam! You know what that means? Uh-oh. Mars, which likes to really be strong and courageous and move along in the flow. Go, baby, go. In Leo especially, it's like, let's go do this, let's go do that. I like this, let's go. You know, one thing about Mars and Leo is if it really likes something, it wants it right now. And believe me, there are some things that I want right now in my life. And I think you do too, especially when you start to see all this energy that starts to burn your fire. Now we have Saturn in Scorpio, which is the checkpoint. So this is a lot of checkpoints we're reaching, where we all have to slow down. You know, I've grown up in Southern California most of my life, or all my life actually. And you know, it's like when you leave Mexico, you got to go through a checkpoint, you know? Or when you actually come out of San Diego and to come into Orange County, there's another checkpoint. And it all stops, and you got to sit there. And this is this checkpoint to make sure we're all based off our truth. You know, we do have the guard saying, hello, are you living in your truth? Is this what you really want in your heart? And it can be frustrating as we're like, yes, yes, this is what I really want. Don't slow it down, don't slow it down. But I think these checkpoints are important to make sure that we're angling our lives in the right place, especially right after a new moon, which this is a great new moon that has brought us for new change, which is changing our reality. And this weekend as Mercury is finishing up, and we have the moon actually in Virgo that slips into Libra Friday, and it does pass over this Mercury energy. So I think Friday there's a lot of stimulation. I think there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of emotional energy that we're looking to understand. I think also as well, this is about our life. This is about our reality. This is about organizing things. And this weekend, as we have a moon in Libra for the whole weekend, it's going to be most of this whole weekend, the moon's going to tap into that cardinal cross energy on Saturday, which the moon is going to square Jupiter. It's going to square Pluto. It's going to oppose Uranus. And Saturday can be a very powerful day as we're stepping into these new positions in our life. There's a lot to process with Mercury. And we've got Mars squaring Saturn as we're at the checkpoints. And there's all this dynamic energy coming in to really feel out our fears, to kind of test our fears, to allow things to happen. You know, I think a lot of this can be like, just let it all go. However the universe is arranging things. Emotionally, we want to find peace. Yet, I think the only way to find peace is to go with the flow and to go find peace on the check stops, you know? And there can be a lot of frustration that builds for people. And this is also where you've got to be very clear in what actions you take, because they got to come from responsibility, I talked about yesterday. They have to come from growing up. Are you growing more in your life? Oh, these gnats just want me to eat you them. Yesterday I ate some gnats yesterday. But you know, a moon in Libra in a square like this there is pressure this weekend to feel just right. And it's about learning how to expand our emotions this way, to, you know what our plans are, and to, you know, reinvent ourselves by not having things emotionally be perfect. It creates new courage. It creates better plans. It creates better comfort levels, believe it or not, because we're pushing the area of our emotions to expand more, so our emotions can fill in the space more, so we can feel better. That's actually what's happening. And on top of it, with Mercury finishing in Virgo this weekend, as it's getting ready to drop into Libra on Monday, this is the last touches of figuring out the little aspects of our life. You know, don't get frustrated, especially if things are not happening exactly the way you want it to. I think that's part of the lesson, is to allow things to happen. Don't go crazy. This weekend, people could do some crazy stuff with Mars square Saturn, and it could be some hard lessons. Mars is at a checkpoint, and you don't want to try and push yourself through this checkpoint. You know, anybody that tries to push themselves through a checkpoint always is caught later and put to the side, and there's more waiting. This can be a weekend of like waiting, but a weekend of like making sure we're in our energy right, big time, because Mars is starting to trine Uranus this weekend, almost. There's this energy building of like, let's go now, let's do it now. Ah, there's like all this like supercharger energy coming in. And I use this in my One Feather report, which, by the way, check out the weekly report, it's up now. But you know, it's like when you put the brakes on a dragster and you start to rev the engine up, that's what's happening as the checkpoints are here in our life to really make sure that the actions we're taking are what we want and so forth. That, oh my gosh, and that they're responsible and that they're about building the right plans and building into our truth. This can be a powerful weekend for those that responsibility, take their time, and you know, they know they're on the right path. This checkpoint, when they get out of it, it is open road, baby, wham! And that's what we're coming into this next week. So get your work done this weekend. If it's a little frustrating, trust me, it's for the longer haul that this energy is actually building towards. The longer haul, whatever it is, whatever the universe is moving your life to be this weekend, just go with it, because it's probably like an extra layer on your desk, or you know, when you got to put 5 more minutes in after work, like, hey, when you come back in the next day, it's going to be opened, it's going to be gone. This energy is getting us to clear so much in the right direction, and to be in our truth, and to really hammer down the right aspects of our life, and to figure out all the little things left, you know, that we need to organize and that we need to figure out. And this weekend we're trying to find harmony. I think Sunday it opens up the doors for more harmony, although there might be some frustration still, but it's about finding peace in, you know what, enjoy this moment at the checkpoint. Maybe there's a hot chick in the car next to you, right? Because we do have the moon, which is going to come and conjunct Venus on Saturday. I think that there's a lot of, the universe puts us with people that it wanted us to connect with and to reconnect with, maybe, and to communicate with and to emotionally feel for. And I think these people, it's interesting, it looks like it's gonna be my father on that day. I don't know yet, who knows with life, it changes all the time. But there's an important reason for us all to connect with these people on Sunday. As there's this moment Sunday of like, I know why I went through these little blocks. It's to get me here. It was worth it. Trust me, because this next week coming up is going to be very worth it. And face your fears Saturday emotionally. You know, we're going to want to like gung-ho through, but gung-ho through by relaxing through the checkpoint. So I hope that's a good visual for you all. And don't get frustrated. And don't make any stupid moves this weekend. Don't go drinking and driving. This can be that energy that really affects people hard, because there's a hard lesson around the actions you take. You know, don't cheat on somebody this weekend. You know, stuff like that. Like, high vibration now, everybody. High vibration, and let's make the right moves. Let's not do things the way some people are doing in our society right now. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, because I'd love to do a one-on-one reading for you guys. Thank you for everybody that purchased the big webinar, September to Remember, and I cannot wait to see you guys on Monday.